Hey, hey, hey. What is up? What is up? Hey, guilty nigga. Hey, what is going on? What is going on? I'm tired of the motherfucker right now. Tired is a bitch. This is the No I Don't Know TV series podcast, whatever it is. Shout out to Noob. Shout out to my young nigga Brand T. He was on the podcast before. So shout out to that nigga as well. You know what I'm saying? We just gonna do it like that. Hey, 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 hey. But anyway, let me turn this clown ass shit down. I ain't got long. I got some shit I gotta take care of, and I gotta finish reading, man. I gotta finish this book. But anyway, man, this book that I'm reading, it's a cold book. I'll talk about it when I'm done. I'll show it when I'm done reading it. I've been bullshitting on it, trying to work on music and other shit. But anyway, man, what is going on? Another clown ass day at the corporate plantation. Of course. You know me, Warren G, in the place to be, been clown and sucker free since 2003. Hold on, let me fix this clown ass camera. Just a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, yeah, you know me. I got my shit on. Just got off the corporate plantation. I'm pretty sure a whole lot of people just got off the corporate plantation, but that's neither here nor there. Man, I wanted to talk about something real quick. Hey, what's going on, Tommy? Hey, I added that book to my I gotta go through those emails, man. Look, I got a clown ass phone. Let me tell you, every time I look through emails and all this other shit, it's talking about update, and I ain't got enough space and all this other shit. But anyway, they just trying to get me. It's called planned obsolescence for all y'all out there, ladies and gentlemen. And basically, they pre-program these phones so they can just be worth shit. And then you got to go buy another one. That's how they make money. So don't just be like, oh, my phone's fucked up, let me go buy another one. Because I done had this phone for like 5 years. That's a fact. And don't plan on getting another one until I absolutely have to. And I'm going to hate that like a bitch. But anyway, hey, I appreciate everybody listening, subscribing. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. But I want to talk about some real serious shit, man. I was reading this shit on one of my phones, man. I was like, damn, man. And this dude, Gerald Goins, I was reading this shit, and I guess he was a narcotics detective, kind of like Lonzo from Training Day, Denzel Washington. I don't understand why us niggas, we think that we are just like the dominant society. But he was robbing niggas and using fake warrants and shit, just like Denzel Washington was doing, and robbing niggas and using his authority, what he thought he had authority, to fuck over his own people and other people as well. And the reason why I'm talking about this shit is because I feel like, man, we gotta do things that are outside of the scope of what they expect us to do. Because that's what they expect us to do. Rob, steal, be very violent, be vigilante-ish, and be just a rogue cop. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of doing your own thing. Now, here's the biggest issue that I have with people that are police, are a part of law enforcement. You're supposed to be there to protect and serve, right? And I get it. You trying to get paid, you trying to do your thing because they not paying you a great salary to risk your life. We all know that. But y'all will hold that blue line and then they'll throw your ass under the bus, because I'm pretty sure it's more than just niggas robbing and stealing as a law enforcement or police officer. But the thing that gets me the most is, oh, he got a court date and everything. Oh, we got his ass. He committed murders and all that. But then Daniel Pantaleo had to go through 5 years of chilling before they actually terminated his ass. This is what I want to talk about. So Gerald Goins, if that's how I'm pronouncing his name, out of Houston, Gerald Goins, they're making an example out of this brother, of course, because he was doing some illegal shit. But Daniel Pantaleo was on a video killing Eric Gardner, and nothing happened to him. And that's the shit that I don't get. Those are the things that I'm tripping off of. We had to go through all this. We had to have Ebro in the morning. Everybody had to go in on that mayor, and nothing still happened. You know what I'm saying? And then they finally fired him. Hold on, let me do this real quick. But I'll tell you this. I just don't understand the whole thing. Like, well, we got him. I think they got him. Let me read this shit, because I was reading this shit. I was like, damn. Hold on, let me see. Okay, let's see. The district attorney, of course, she got on. Oh, bond at 300,000. And Brian's, that's the other cop, is 50,000. Aside from the arrest, prosecutors said a review of more than 14,000 cases and broader investigations into the rest of the squad is still underway. That sounds like Meek Mill shit. When that police officer, who was black by the way, said, "Oh, he had a gun. He pointed his gun at us." And then the black judge went along with that shit. Guilty, nigga. And see, this is the thing that I had to do a podcast on this shit real quick. It's like, what the fuck, man? Why do we have to do that? Why y'all just can't leave this shit up to the Caucasians to do the fuckery? It's their system. See, too many people watch Training Day and watch The Shield and watch all this other shit and think that, oh, I can do this shit. No, you can't do what they do. Now, are there probably good police officers out there? There are probably tons of them, but a lot of them don't say nothing. So that's the issue that I always have. They don't never say anything. So it's like, well, what's the point of being a good officer if you're not gonna say shit? Well, because you're afraid of losing your shit. And I get it. A lot of people are afraid of it. It's like where it's the court plantation. And as I'm reading this, I'm like, man, they going in. Prosecutors said Goins lied to obtain a no-knock warrant that was signed by a municipal court judge for the raid, where Dennis Tuttle and his wife were killed and 5 officers were injured, including Goins. So you got a no-knock warrant, probably illegally. I don't understand my people, man. I get it. I feel like a lot of it we do for the money and for a little bit of power and a little bit of street cred, because we want to be able to flex our power. But the thing is, while you doing that and you getting ready to go to jail for life, Daniel Pantaleo killed somebody on video camera and all he did was get fucking fired. That's all. That's the only thing that happened to Daniel Pantaleo. The Italian choked a nigga on video and all he did was get fired after 5 years. So you don't think somebody was in there telling him how to move his money around and move that around, put that in the 401. We're gonna roll over your pension plan for you. Don't worry. You don't. Oh, and now the police, oh God, this nigga here. Oh, he done got fired and oh, the police are not being protected and that's what happens. But the nigga in Houston, oh, guilty nigga, you're going to jail. You kill 2 people, you're going to jail on a drug bust. But Eric Gardner was out there selling cigarettes and got killed. He got a no-knock warrant. He knew what he was doing. He was probably robbing them the whole fucking time. Just like that police officer that changed his life around allegedly, and now he's a pastor in Florida. And it was the sole reason why but the sole reason why that notorious Sambo judge kept riding Meek Mill's fucking ass the whole fucking time. She lightweight acted like she wanted to have sexual relations with him and kept coming up with all these things as you put a nigga on probation for 10 years. Man, what is that? What kind of life is that? And locking them up for everything and doing everything. It's like, I feel like we still haven't learned. You know when we gonna learn? When they start lynching motherfuckers again in broad daylight and doing it on video. Literally. They already are. Philando Castile. How many times did he say it? Mike Brown, Eric Gardner. Come on. Oscar Grant. Like, they are doing it. So it's like, why would you as a melanated brother go join the police department to go do that fuckery shit that you know you're probably going to get caught doing? I don't understand my people. Like, come on, man. Like, I don't understand my people. And the thing that gets me the most about melanated brothers and sisters, they be proud to be a part of law enforcement. It's some badge of honor. And it's like, well, is it a badge of honor? Because they're not going to have your back if you do something corrupt. But you better have theirs. That's why the Laquan McDonald murder, that cop was ostracized after he said no, he wasn't a threat. But clearly on video, that cop just pulled up and just started shooting, just started dumping, just shooting. See, we got to look behind. Look, first of all, we have to look behind the curtains. Open the door, open the window, and look in there and see what's going on. You know why? Let me tell you why. The FBI came out a report that law enforcement has been infiltrated by white supremacists. They put those facts out there. So now that I know that, why would my people join that type of... I can see if you join it and you trying to do good for the community. You trying to... I said, go watch Flint Town on Netflix. Very good documentary. It's about the Flint Police Department. So it gives you the side where there was this one white cop who shot and killed a black person and got away with it. And still on the police force to this day. And then you got black cops who are policing their own neighborhood and really, letting niggas know, hey, you can't do that shit over here. It's great documentary. I liked it a lot. I was like, damn, this is good. Go watch that shit. Because it'll give you a whole different perspective. When I look at melanated people and they in law enforcement, they have a type of arrogance and like they're a part of the aristocracies of the world. No, nigga, you're not. And as Paul Mooney would say, wake up, nigga, wake up. Like, nigga, you're not them. You're not the author of that narrative. You don't own that police department. So you don't make the rules. You just enforce them. That's it. You don't make them. You're not the caller of the shots. You don't say who goes and who doesn't, who gets fired, who doesn't. No. So when you join these organizations, know what you're getting yourselves involved in. But niggas join these organizations and then want to be a corrupt cop and then think they're going to get away with it forever. No, you're not. And they're going to make an example out of your black ass. Because to me, I feel like for every dominant society cop that gets killed or gets fired or gets maimed and vilified, they're going to find 10 black police officers that they can maim and kill. Facts. Okay, that's good. That's good that, we found a rogue, bad cop, so we putting him out there. But Daniel Pantaleo was a bad cop too. And he was on the force for 5 years damn near after he killed Eric Gardner on video. And was still going to work every day. That's why you can tell, you have no morals. And they do not feel bad for melanated people. So I don't understand why my people get on these corporate plantation jobs like police. They still corporate plantation and they get the buck in their eyes and sandboning. That's what I don't understand. I don't care who you date. I don't care who you fuck. That has nothing to do with how you treat your people. Facts. Ah, damn, man. Like I said, I'm going to keep saying, I remember one time, look, this is how so-called, this system is, racism, white supremacy, and how it has done its job. And the reason why it has done its job with the Jim Crow and the Willie Lynch and all that, whether the letter was real or not, just the point, it's still embedded in our minds today because we see each other as competition. Now, I don't know if those people that Gerald Goins killed while he was on duty were melanated, but drug dealers, so that means he plotted out. That's why you got a no-knock warrant. See, that was some whole shit. And the reason why I'm saying that is because you did to Denzel Washington what he did to Macy Gray. That's what you did. That's what you did. And you killed him. And figuring, two less, ain't no drug dealers on the street. Man, what kind of shit is that? And if it's your own people, hey, man, that's fucked up. I think we take pride at fucking each other over every chance we get. I've never seen that. Like growing up, it wasn't as bad as it is now. I'm an 80s baby. So growing up in the 80s, it probably was prevalent, but it wasn't as bad as it is now. God damn. It's at an all-time high. And what trips me out the most is we put these titles on people that have never been that way the whole time. That's why I'm going to go back to the Jay-Z shit. Jay wasn't never really no Talib Kweli activist like that. Because if he was, he wouldn't be a billionaire. They're not going to allow no black man to be no billionaire that wants to try to enforce real change and be vocal about it. Because this is my perspective. Once a person of Jay-Z's magnitude is vocal about racism and white supremacy to a standpoint where it's emotional and we can feel it, that would incite so much other shit. And I feel like the powers that be know that. That's why billionaires are selected. They're not elected. So stop thinking, hey man, I love Amazon too. That's where the majority of my books come from. Amazon. That's why I want to start my own motherfucking bookstore out here in Vegas. A real black bookstore. Not no fucking Barnes and Nobles and other clown ass shit. Go to Barnes and Nobles and be like, hey, can I get Think Like a Millionaire by Dr. Boyce Watkins? Oh, as they fake typing, oh, we don't have that. Do you got Powernomics by Dr. Claude Anderson? Ooh, you can check over there in the black section. Man, get the fuck out of here. And then you check in the black section, and it's a whole bunch of slave books about Harriet Tubman and Booker T. Washington and Frederick Douglass. And that's not that I don't want to learn about them, but goddamn. And that's what I'm saying. Like, we got to start looking beyond what the fuck they are showing us. Because they going to definitely parade around niggas in front of your face when they a fuck up. They going to push that in front of you every chance they get. Gerald Goins. What I'm disappointed in him is, it's like, well, nigga, why did you not think that this was not going to happen? Just like how Meek Mill was getting treated. And those were black officers who went on the stand and lied. What kind of hoe ass shit was that? You just assume he was selling drugs. Oh yeah, he's selling drugs. He's guilty, nigga. That's what you thought. That reminds me of the book Slavery by Another Name, because that's what those Caucasians were doing. The dominant society would do this. In the post-antebellum period, like right after slavery, and it was like semi-slavery, this is what they would do. They would be walking along the street, and if they saw a nigga, they would say, hey, nigga, you owe me money. And the black person would definitely kowtow. No, sir, I don't owe you no money. No, sir, I don't owe you no money. I was just trying to get home to my people, to my family. No, nigga, you're not. You owe me money, nigga. And if you try to run away and that white person know where you live, he can go get the magistrate or the judge, you know, the arbitrator, the judge. They would get the police, go to your house, make you go to court, and then the white person would say, this nigga owe me some money. And they'll, back in the day, they'll be like, oh, he owe me $200, which is like $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $15,000 to black people now. And what you gonna say as a black person with no representation, and you are a slave on the books, even when they said you were free? Because don't get, oh, well, Abraham Lincoln and the Emancipation Proclamation. The Emancipation, my motherfucking ass. Man, get the fuck out of here. The Emancipation Clownimation. Man, get the fuck out of here, nigga. And they and guess what the judge would say? The judge would listen to the white person say you owed him money, and then the judge would say, do you owe him money, nigga? And you would say, no, sir, I don't owe him any money. And the judge would say, well, you're a nigger and he's white. Guilty, nigga. And now you are forced to work on his plantation for 2 or 3 years to work off the debt. That's what the fuck was going on. It's called Slavery by Another Name. I forgot the name of the writer, but you can look it on Amazon. It's called Slavery by Another Name. And I forgot the author of the book, but it's a great book. Talks about how we built the railroads. So funny how they want to bring the Chinamen in, and oh, poor Chinamen. You know, they built the railroads. Like I told you, I had a Caucasian tell me, man, I can't believe what we did to them and made them build the railroads. You made them build the railroads when the chain gangs, black people, there's pictures of black people in this book. Chain gangs building the railroads. Facts. You gotta go look for the shit for yourself. So when I see officers like Gerald Goins get in there and try to do this like type of training day thing, nigga, what the fuck is you on? Nigga, if you gonna fight for us. Stop fighting for yourself. You're in a position of power where you can make real change just on a small level, a local level, if you're a police officer. You should go out of your way to pull black people over on some good shit and be like, hey man, how y'all doing? I just want to let y'all know, hey, it's still some real niggas out here that's looking out for y'all. Not pulling niggas over, searching their cars and fucking with them. Do that to the other people. Don't do that to your own. We get a kick out of doing that to our own. It's like the slave days all over again. They promote one nigga and all he do is go around and fuck with the other niggas and keep them in line. That's a fact. That's what happens today. That's why there's only, how many hip hop billionaires are there? Only one. Because Puff Daddy technically is not even a billionaire. That's a fact. How many hip hop billionaires are there? Nope. Keep thinking. Ain't no hip hop billionaires. Hip hop does not even have insurance, 401k, none of that. Hip hop has no type of rules and regulations or guidelines at all. That's why when niggas get old, they just get deleted from the system like it's the Matrix. That's what happens to them. And they can't come out with an album. Oh, he's old. He's washed out. He's washed up. But the Rolling Stones could come out with an album right now. The Beatles could drop a hit right now and they'd be worshipped. But us, we don't keep our legends alive. Because it's everyone for themselves. Melanated people are individuals first and then team second. Maybe third, fourth, fifth, or sixth. That's just how it is. It's a social engineering program that's been going on in our society forever. That's why this is what happens. You get one black person that's articulate and knows how to decipher which way to go and reads and studies and gets good grades. He's book smart, right? And then guess what happens? Now he gets separated from the bunch because the dominant society knows how to pick that one out and leave the rest of them behind and tells him, yeah, you know, you're not like the others. You know, the thing is now, the dominant society, they can't say that at the corporate plantation because they'll get in trouble for that. They'll get a slap on the wrist for saying that you're not like the others. But that's what they want to say. You may work harder than the others. They'll look at you like the anomaly. Like, oh, you're an anomaly. You know, this nigger is a hard worker. Which brings me back to my ultimate point. That's why, as melanated people, we can't do what they do unless we have an economic base. It isn't like we have a black police union. It's just one police union that's ran by Caucasians. So you got to follow their rules and regulations. We don't have any power within their system because, like Dr. Claude Anderson teaches us, we are disaggregate people. We don't want to come together because we love to hate each other. You know why I know that? Because I live in Las Vegas, Nevada. There are no record labels here. There's no hip hop shops here. Everybody thinks that they're next. Nobody wants to work with each other. Everybody thinks they're hot and you're not. Everybody's a super producer, just like Love and Hip Hop. I've never seen so many people throw around that super producer name. I was watching that the other day and I'm like, why is niggas throwing around this super producer name? Nigga, to be a super producer, you'd have to be DJ Premier, The Neptunes, Swiss Beats, Dr. Dre, Scott Storch, Timbaland. You'd have to be Just Blaze. You'd have to be... What happened to those people? You would have to be on their level to be known as Teddy Riley, Roger Troutman. You know, you'd have to be on their level to be known as a super producer. But niggas just throw the shit around like, oh, for entertainment, for shits and giggles. That's the shit that I see. Just like I watch, that's why it's hard for me to be on Instagram like that. I just be looking like, man, nigga, what? I'll post some music that I've done and I'll get the fuck off of there. You go on niggas' page. I remember it was a nigga on Instagram trying to tell me what I should be doing and showing pictures of a Bentley and all this other shit. And I'm like, and I'm just looking and I'm like, nigga, like, it just doesn't make sense. And then you start doing the digging and these niggas talking about the CEO of Hot Making Hit Records. And then it's a picture of them working for a trash company on their Instagram. It's like, nigga, what? Man, get the fuck out of here, man. I think social media has enabled the goofies. You know what I'm saying? It just has. When I first was really on social media, I was just on there for shits and giggles my damn self. I didn't give a fuck about that shit. You know, even when I felt myself trying to chase a whole bunch of likes, I'm like, what the fuck I look like? That's goofy. I'm just on here because I know how I am. I'll be on it for a little bit and I'm like, all right, I'm over it. I'm over it. And that's why I look at us as a people. We have to start doing other races and other cultures the way they do us. They don't just allow niggas to go into the Mexican culture and start singing mariachi music and making fun of their shit. You can't do that in their culture. But I've watched Latinos mimic and mock and make fun of black people. I've watched it. And I just sit back and watch. Because I don't watch what you say. I watch what you do. That's why now it's just very, very difficult for me, inside or outside of the corporate plantation, to have a real civilized conversation with people. Not because I'm so much educated, because it's just hard, because most people that are not black, melanated, they possess the white fragility in their genes, which means they start to deflect and dodge the shit like Neo in the Matrix. They gonna dodge anything that brings attention to the forefront. The reason why I'm talking about Gerald Goins right now, that's the reason why I'm talking about it, is because it's like, nigga, now we gotta think smarter than the Matrix. Why would you put yourself in a position like that where now they about to parade you everywhere? Because white police officers are getting so much flack. Nigga, why would you do that? Like, my nigga, right now is not the time, homie. That's why I'm saying we got bigger fish to fry than be worried about if Colin Kaepernick is mad at Jay-Z. Like, nigga, that's Jay. Just let him do his thing. Niggas, y'all not getting no money out of that. And let me tell you, the average person who has a little bit of scruples about themselves, a little bit of hustlers mentality, they gonna do the deal too. They worried about their kids. And that's what Jay's worried about. So that should inspire you to be like, all right, well, maybe I won't make that necessary move, but I'm going to make some move to empower all my people. Because you have to understand, billionaires are selected. First of all, if you read the Forbes magazine, Bernie Forbes was the nigga that cracked the case on Jekyll Island. He was the nigga that put it out there. He was the nigga that kind of was doing the digging and putting it out there that JP Morgan and Rockefeller and all the rest of them was meeting on Jekyll Island to push for the Federal Reserve. And then you have Forbes magazine years later. But maybe I'm just a conspiracy theorist. I don't know. But I always tell y'all about this shit. Niggas don't want to hear. I don't give a fuck if niggas don't want to hear. Why is it they put everybody in that Forbes magazine but the Rothschilds, the Carnegies, the Vanderbilts, the Morgans, the Rockefellers? How come they don't ever put them in? The DuPonts? How come they never put their fortunes in there? And then when you Google them, like I said, Google JP Morgan's net worth. It's some fictitious number. Google Mayor M. Shell Rothschild's net worth. It's some fake number. But they always showing us Oprah. And all, first of all, Oprah doesn't even own the name OWN anymore. They just letting that broad run it. She doesn't even own the stock. She sold her shit to Discovery. They own the goddamn channel. If everybody was tuned into stock like they were tuned into Jay-Z and the bullshit that's surrounding them, you would know that. And you would stop putting Oprah on a pedestal. Just like she lost a whole bunch of money in Weight Watchers. That's what the bitch get. See, y'all want to pattern yourself after a person that's about his people but still about money? Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson's estate makes, what, $1 billion or $2 billion a year? That's real wealth. Real wealth. Michael Jackson had a 50% deal with Sony EMI Publishing. Ha! Got me going so crazy right now. Yeah, you got me going so crazy right now too, as I'm walking all the way to the bank. That's why they didn't like Michael Jackson. That's why they threw the kids on him. Y'all want to know who's really fucking with the kids? Go to the Catholic Church and ask them where all those bones came from. Facts. Go to Epstein. He know what's going on. But they want to throw the case on Michael Jackson, the greatest entertainer of all time. Sorry, Beyonce, you dope, but you're not Mike. Sorry, facts. I don't care who get mad. To me, that's just my personal opinion. I think Beyonce is dope, but once you see the moonwalk that was never done before, that's it. I'm done. It's a wrap. It's been one. and the things that he did outside of music. All the boss business moves, and he was gangsting them niggas. He wasn't there smiling with them. As Oprah sits down with these alleged accusers and make it seem like they wasn't lying. And then the motherfucker who did the documentary, Leaving Neverland or whatever, had to come out and recuse a lot of those statements and walk them back because they weren't real. And there were inconsistencies in the stories. Oprah never apologized and said, you know what, I apologize for doing that. No, because you're trying to stay in with those people. See, that's a Sambo move. As Dr. Claude Anderson teaches us, if you read Black Labor, White Wealth or Powernomics, we need to start calling these Sambos to the floor if they're not doing nothing to better the community. That's what I'm saying. When Floyd Mayweather and Oprah then wanted to put their money together to buy the Clippers, and then the NBA was doing that shit, we should avoid. Then what we should have did was we should have avoided all the bullshit and been like, let's put their ass on blast. Oprah, you got a platform. Let's start with you and put them on blast what they did. Matter of fact, why don't you bring your homeboy Harvey Weinstein and let's sit down and talk to him and ask why he was strong-arming and straight taking the pussy from these women. These women were, these were women that he sexually assaulted. Some of them you can hear on tape. Nothing happened to Harvey Weinstein. But R. Kelly, we still talking about that shit. As his ugly wife is on Growing Up Hip Hop trying to collect a few dollars. Come on, man. It's like, man, what is wrong with these people? No wonder he kept that bitch hidden. I don't care how nice her body is. That bitch looked like R. Kelly's wife looked like Gladys Knight's great-great-grandmother in the face. For real. That's an ugly bitch. And you coming on there talking about he want to pay child support and all this other shit. Nah, bitch, I wouldn't pay child support. Just look at yourself in the mirror. And you'll know every day why you're not getting child support. Facts. I don't give a fuck how good you can dance. And he wasn't that bad. You had all them kids and you stayed there all them years. So don't try to come out and talk shit about him now. You go on that clown-ass documentary, Leaving R. Kelly. Man, get the fuck out of here. That's what I'm saying. We can't do what they do. See, we quick to turn on our own. And we look at white people like, well, they turn. No, they not. Those are casualties of war. Those are sacrifices. The difference between melanated people and the dominant society, we don't have a code of conduct. We don't have a code. And when I mean have a fucking code, I mean this. I mean this right here. That's why I always had this book right here. I mean this. This is what I fucking mean. That's a code of conduct. A compensatory county racist code. Nearly Fuller Jr. Get you that book. Get the book and read it. And read it all the way through too. Don't skim through it. Read it. I read it from cover to cover. Shit, that nigga was hurting my feelings so much because I felt dumb after I read that book. Like, as I'm reading the book, I'm like, oh shit, this is shit I've been doing. Or these are, damn, I didn't know. I thought you were supposed to. Because the way we're socialized as melanated kids from our parents, and go in there and you do a good job and you work hard. And you know, whatever those white people ask you do it. And I understand that because you got bills to pay. And I get it. But I feel like this. When you're dealing with confident Caucasians, confident white people, and they see that you got work ethic in you, they're not going to treat you like that. They're not. Matter of fact, they're going to treat you on a whole nother level. They're going to have a different type of respect for you. What they're not going to like is when you selling out your own people and dry snitching and cooning and sandboning. That's what the fuck they not going to like. And they're not going to respect that. And they're going to go amongst their people and talk shit about you. That's why I don't get these Steve Harveys and Oprah Winfrey's and all these Sambo motherfuckers getting into a position of power. And then you doing this clown shit. Just like the police officers. Like, nigga, what are you doing? You saw Daniel Pantaleo choke a nigga to death, and all they did was fire him. And here you are getting bullshit warrants and shit. No, because you was probably trying to rob their asses. That's what you was trying to do. And now you in there all docile with your head, down low, and I just wanted to do what I needed to do type shit. It's like, man, y'all niggas be killing me with that shit, man. It is I'm the only one, and I'll keep the rest of these niggas in line, boss. That's exactly what mentality it is. I'm tired of that shit. I hate working around motherfuckers like that. That's why the corporate, hey man, go in there, do what you need to do, and get the fuck out of there. The real people that really see what you doing, they gonna show you love. And then the other motherfuckers that ain't, they just gonna go on about their way. Fuck them. That's why you don't go around people, especially the dominant society, bucking your eyes and sandboing and shitting on the next nigga. And a lot of melanated people, I feel too, when they're in positions of power, stop treating people fucked up, man. Like, especially your people. Stop treating your people fucked up and getting a kick out of that shit. I know, because I see it. Like I said before, I remember a nigga had the nerve to tell me, this nigga, this is a long time ago at one of the corporate plantations, had the nerve to tell me, oh man, you should be selling cars. There ain't no future in what you doing. And all this other shit. And I looked at him, and then he got a whole bunch of fuckery going on in his own household. And then the nigga wanted to kiss my ass when he found out I had bought a piece of the earth. When I bought a piece of the earth, he didn't have a piece of the earth. Now you want to kiss my ass. And now you want to walk back the shit you was saying to me. But this is how niggas treat each other. Because you sitting at a cubicle and I'm not. So you think that for some sort of reason that you automatically think that you are better than me. That's how niggas act, man. And you all slaves. We are all fucking slaves. This is not, look, I don't care where you work at. And I don't care if they paying you $250,000. That means you're a high-priced slave. And hey, good for you. Hopefully you take that money and put it into your family and educate them on what they need to be on. Hopefully that's what you do. But all this other shit and throwing each other under the bus and becoming a police officer so you can rob niggas and do that shit. You could be helping out niggas in the community. You could be doing talks with young niggas so they can understand, like, hey man, it's a better way. And niggas is like, oh well, Warren, man, what you doing? Nigga, that's why I did that interview with young Brand T. Nigga, that's a fact. That nigga could tell you. I was never on no, oh, y'all niggas, yeah, push the line, nigga, woo woo. Nah, nigga, I was always about positive reinforcement. And nah, man, you ain't got to do all that. It's woo 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 woo. That's a fact. Anybody that's been around me when I was younger, especially when I was younger in my 20s, anybody that's been around me on Twitter, I'm like, hey man, fuck some hoes and kick it. And I was always a proponent of, hey, it's plenty of women out here. So we don't have to be fucking on each other's women. Like that shit, you ain't gotta do all that. Unless that woman is cool with it and the nigga you cool with is cool with it, fine. But all this politicking and going behind the nigga and dirty macking and all that, man, that makes our culture decadent. That makes black society like a joke. It just does. Cause that's why niggas kill each other over pussy. That's why in the last podcast I said niggas will politic over pussy, money, friendships, everything. There'll be one friend with one nigga, and then the next thing you know, if that nigga can't do shit for him, then they best friends with the next nigga. Nah, that's bullshit. That's why in the interview I did with Branty, I've known that nigga forever. That's a fact. Shout out to all other niggas I knew. Niggas that I knew from the rec, niggas I knew from the Y. Them niggas know me. Them niggas know who I am, man. And nigga, I wasn't ever on no, oh, I'm finna hate on these young niggas. Hey, they young, man. Go do your thing. When I was young, I did my thing. But one thing I did do was I gave back. I always took out time with the younger niggas and try to teach them the game as best that I knew. You know, I wasn't on no selfish shit and just I. And it's like, that's the problem. That's why the millennials, they're not educated and they don't want to read a book. I mean, I was talking to this white dude, you know, and he was just talking about how, you know, motherfuckers don't read and shit. And it's like, I don't want my people to be in that category. I want whites and everybody else to be in that category and not reading. I don't want my people to be in that category because we got to start educating ourselves, man. That police, Gerald Goins, come on, my nigga. Somebody in your family should have been like, hey, man, you cool out. You doing too much. But I'm pretty sure he was probably poverty stricken before he was a police officer and probably had needed some extra bread, probably trying to send his kids through school or whatever, or pay his crib, his car note, whatever. I get it. Because we don't understand the concept of how the game is played. We don't even know the social game rules of what's going on. We think when we go get money, we are supposed to spend more than what we making because we gonna always have that money. That's why football players, they fucking broke right after they out of the NFL. That's why basketball players, a couple years later, they fucking broke. Like Vin Baker. Vin Baker had a $100 million contract. This nigga working at Starbucks. Man, get the fuck out of here. And he not working there because he wanted to work there. He working there. He ain't got no fucking choice because he drank, smoked, and fucked all his money away. I'm telling you, man, this is what it is. Oh, for sure, Tommy. I'll holler at you, though. Don't worry, I'm going to email you back. I'm about to send you some tracks, too. So don't think I ain't forgot about it. I just been busy. But anyway, hey, man, I'm just saying, we got to do better as far as being on code. We got to be on code. I don't want to get together with a whole bunch of people we ain't on code. I don't need that. I don't want to even be in a room like that. Now, I love my people. But if we can't be on code, there ain't no need to be together. Put the gang shit, the religion shit, the fucking the bitch shit to the side. Leave that at the door and let's get on code and say, okay, how do we move together as a unit? Like, how do we, like right now, I am magnetizing people that want to get on the same page with me because I feel like it's going to be ripe for the picking when this economy tank. It's going to fall, ladies and gentlemen. I'm talking to my melanated people. And when it fall, niggas better have some money set to the side, have their credit on deck, so you go get you a property for dirt cheap. I don't care if it's a condo. It's yours. It's time to start seizing this property once it tank because it's going to fall. Trust me, this is Vegas. 2004, 5, and 6 properties was going for $300,000, $400,000, $500,000. And then 2008, 9, it started going for $200,000, $190,000. By 2010 and 11, houses was going for $50,000 and $60,000 and $70,000, man. Y'all don't think that's not gonna happen again? It's going to happen again. Let those clown ass niggas jump around for the Raiders. And what you need to be doing is get with niggas that you know that's on the same thing. Oh, because I can't wait for it to, as Warren Buffett said, when you see people running away from the stock market, you run to the stock market. Facts. When you see people running away from their house, you run to the houses and say, I think I'm gonna buy that one. I think I'm gonna buy that one. Let me just hold on to the properties because if you got your credit together, but we gotta learn how to get our credit popping. There's so many things that we need to be working on as individuals to come together as a collective so we can move forward. It's not hard to get your credit popping. Get your credit card, charge some shit, pay it off. Charge some shit, pay it off. Now, I'm not saying get your credit card and charge $8,000 worth of shit and be like, man, you said get a credit card, pay it off. Man, get the fuck out of here, nigga. Nigga, you know what you're doing. I ain't say be like the nigga in Next Day Air. Yeah, I figure I'd take you to Atlantic City and, you know what I'm saying, we do some bubbles for the bubbly. No, nigga, stop tricking. If you don't know how to have a conversation with a woman without using money as an influencer on that woman, then then that bitch just want the money. She don't want you. Period. She'll just go get a Lexington Steel ass nigga to fuck her real good. She just up in your face so she can get some money. Niggas gotta get off that shit, man, and learn how to be on code. And stop letting motherfuckers outside of our race divide us, or just outside of our infrastructure of what we're trying to do. That's why I don't want fuckery around me. Period. You don't need to have a whole bunch of friends. All you need is business associates. That's it. That's the best way to go. If you need a whole bunch of friends in your life, then you need to do a reevaluation of who you are and what you about. Can't go to the movies and do things by yourself, you have issues. You like, oh no, nigga, you got issues. No, I don't. I get up and go whenever I want. I don't need to wait on a whole bunch of people to do a whole bunch of other stuff. I ain't into all that. So, hey, man, I appreciate everybody listening, subscribing. I went over a little bit. I was only wanting to do 30 minutes. I appreciate everybody listening, subscribing. Shout out to all my family members and shit like that. But anyway, I need to highlight some family members. But anyway, this is the No I Don't Know TV series podcast. Shout out to Nuke again, and shout out to my young nigga Brand T. You're gonna see some more interviews for him. I just gotta schedule it. Hey man, hit the bell, subscribe button if you fuck with this channel. If you a fucking troll and you a bot, man, you get the fuck out of here with the bullshit, man. If all you niggas that's probably laid up at another bitch's house right now and texting your woman or your baby mama talking about, oh, I'm gonna be home in a minute. Guilty, nigga. You ain't shit, nigga. I'm out. Love, live life, man. Peace.